in 2019-20, the Black Summer bushfires roared down on Mallacoota, and it really left or exposed a whole lot of issues in the town, complex, interconnected problems. It also showed that we didn't have a sustainable year-round economy. When there's no childcare and lack of housing, you only have about 6 weeks of a tourism season to operate from. You have real issues of a lack of employment opportunities, job insecurity, casual contracts, and it's really hard for a community to economically survive. So there was a group of 5 women that came together after the fires, and we decided to start doing something about this. And we're really focusing on social and economic rejuvenation for Mallacoota and districts. So what did we do? Well, we reached out to ACRE initially, the Australian Centre for Rural Entrepreneurship, and together we looked at a local economic recovery development grant, and we were successful with that grant through ERB, and that enabled us to do quite a number of things based around community entrepreneurship and social enterprise.
We're really proud of the role we've played in supporting the Wilderness Collective. We exist to drive the renewal of Australia's rural communities so the next generation may thrive. Together, we're taking a whole-of-community approach that's operating across 3 layers to build an entrepreneurship ecosystem. The next generation, combined with local leadership and the broader community, to ensure that this has lasting and deep impact.
Having an entrepreneurial mindset and an entrepreneurial culture in a community like Mallacoota is extremely important. We're pretty isolated and remote here, being at the tip of Victoria, and being able to access everything from higher education to various services is challenging. So we need to find innovative ways to obtain the necessary opportunities and livelihoods and services that other communities and people take for granted. Initially with the ERB grant, we benchmarked the community with the Thrive framework. So that looked at 16 different indicators across all of the community things.
The strategy that has emerged really unpacked the idea that there were a couple of serious opportunities. The first was, how do we get the next generation on the same page around entrepreneurship for the future? The second was, how do we support those community organisations that are wanting to build value but feel like at the moment they lack the direction and the resources?
Out of that, we developed an incubator. So we ran the Think, Start, Grow incubator. We had nine groups put projects together towards that incubator, and we ended up taking 5 through. And out of that, several businesses have now gone on to the business plan and other stages of trying to gather funding and become viable businesses in the community.
So our project is in the very early stages, conception, but the general idea is a wellness centre with an allied health focus to be able to offer services for our remote population. For me, definitely being a healthcare professional first and foremost, to be able to step back and start to learn how to apply a business lens to the healthcare sector was very beneficial for me.
One of those enterprises was indeed the Wilderness Collective itself. It's so important that organisations have a local anchor organisation to support this work long term, and that the capability and capacity of these organisations is fundamental, once again, to the enduring and deep impact long term.
My project is a Mallacoota-oriented environmental education and research centre. This is intended to be a research centre that does everything from citizen science through providing training and development for young people and people of any age, really, in the gifts that we've got in our own environment, through to undergraduate studies and postgraduate and postdoctoral research.
The Wilderness Collective now is trying to take the work that we've done through their local economic recovery grant and with ACRE and continue our journey in the community for social and economic rejuvenation. So where I'm sitting at the moment is the Wilderness Collectives Hub in the main street of Mallacoota. And this is a place where we are continuing those really 3 pillars. So co-working to enable people in the community, businesses to have the facilities and support, collegiate sort of opportunity to work together. The knowledge element, where we are trying to help with upskilling, mentoring the community in all sorts of areas around business and life skills. And an enterprise element, where we are really looking at activating an incubator for new and existing businesses to get to that next step, have access to a mentor and be able to be part of this growing, thriving community where we can help enable this year-round economy, start some new business opportunities and give people longer-term livelihoods and proper employment.
We're really proud of the role we've played in supporting the Wilderness Collective, that local anchor organisation that is going to take this work forward into the future. We love the fact that they are looking at community assets, they've secured a site for the future, they're bringing sectors and different age groups together, and they're committed to the long-term sustainability of their organisation and their community through a life fully lived in Mallacoota.